Osseo Area Schools revealed its choice for a new superintendent. The school board made the decision Saturday in a special meeting. Reporter Meredith Hackler was at Saturday's meeting. She joins us now with more on the board's decision. Meredith?
Shannon, Corey McIntyre was selected as the school board's preferred choice for superintendent of Osseo Area Schools. McIntyre is currently an associate superintendent in the Anoka-Hennepin School District. He has also worked at other schools and administrative roles across Minnesota as well as parts of Wisconsin. His experience working in one of the largest districts in the state is what some board members say made him the most qualified.
He does have the large district experience. He does have special education experience. He has experience across all grade levels. And I think he has the ability to lead a large district like we are, to be able to step in and work with our staff, work with our administrators, and work with our parents and reach out to the community.
The board chose McIntyre over two other finalists. While members weren't in agreement at first, they eventually came together to select McIntyre as their preferred candidate. They're also looking forward to working with him on a number of issues.
The achievement gap. There is issues around our capacity, our building capacity. There's issues around how we develop new curriculum and what that curriculum needs to be. It's how we do we move into trades? How do we get more people to come into our schools? So, and that's just a small handful.
Contract negotiations will now begin. Now, once negotiations are done, the board will begin introducing McIntyre to the school community. They will also start a planning process, which will establish a time limit of goals the district would like to meet. Shannon?
All right, thank you, Meredith. It is Black History Month, and all week long we're featuring local trailblazers on local city councils. Today we're shining a spotlight on Brooklyn Park City Council member Winfred Russell. Russell is the first person of African descent to serve on the Brooklyn Park City Council. He came to the U.S. as a refugee from Liberia. He says serving on the council is a humbling experience. Russell says his position on the city council is powerful because he's been able to inspire people who haven't always had a voice at the table.
It's exciting. I think, you know, it's way past time, clearly, to have the city council at least start to look like the city, to reflect the diversity that we have in the city. You know, I think I took it for granted at first to just see how many people are so motivated and so, you know, excited about just seeing somebody who looks like them on the city council.
Russell says he's ready to roll up his sleeves and work with everyone in the city. One of his top priorities is figuring out how to engage the younger generation, especially young blacks and other minorities. In Brooklyn Center, the city hopes to attract future development with special federal tax incentives. The federal government has designated a piece of property north of Topgolf as a so-called opportunity zone. That designation would allow certain tax advantages for developers who build on that property. The city council appears to favor a destination restaurant or a brewery at that site. Another opportunity zone is next to the FBI building. For that property, city officials say a high-density apartment building or an office complex is a possibility. City officials say proposals could come forward in the near future. In Plymouth, a new housing development is proposed in the far northwest corner of the city. The development, called Weston Ridge, proposes more than 120 single-family homes. The Planning Commission is recommending approval. The homes would range in price from $550,000 to $850,000. The two new elementary schools are near this area. Meadow Ridge Elementary opened in 2016. Another, Northwoods Elementary, is scheduled to open next fall. In Robbinsdale, something is happening that we don't see very often in inner-ring suburbs: new home construction. These new homes sell fast, too. Just how fast? Here's Corey Bork with this week's Business Matters.
These are the sounds you don't hear often in an inner-ring suburb. Construction on a brand new home, like this one for sale on Twin Lake in Robbinsdale. It's a breath of fresh air in a city where many single-family homes were built on 40-foot wide lots after World War II.
They're narrow and it presents its own challenges.
Challenges that didn't deter home builder Chuck Beckman.
Yeah, everything we're doing in here is specifically designed for these lots.
Where there were available lots, Beckman saw opportunity.
It's an open concept. We have the kitchen, They love the island with the big counters. You know, everybody can congregate around the center island.
Like this custom home recently completed on Quail Avenue.
There's a lot of quality put into these builds here too.
Listed at just over $428,000, this 2,600 square foot home sold in 4 days.
It's very rare, you know, where we have the new builds. We don't see that many of them.
Realtor Mark Lewisall says many younger buyers want to live closer to the city. And he says it's not just Robbinsdale that's a hot market.
I would say, you know, Crystal's doing well, Golden Valley, Plymouth.
Back on Twin Lake, there are a couple more new construction opportunities.
Those are probably the last lake lots in Robbinsdale and that are on Twin Lake.
A sign of progress in a city where buyers are bullish on buying new.
There's people that want to be here. It's just finding housing that suits their needs.
For Business Matters, Corey Bork, CCX News.
Beckman says there are a couple of challenges facing his industry. He says recent code changes require new homes to be much more energy efficient, which adds to their price tag. He also says there's a shortage of workers, which can also add delays to building projects. And finally, cold and snow is in the forecast again. This past weekend, snow meant the metro has seen the 6th snowiest month ever with 35.7 inches of snow. That's about 10 inches away from the snowiest month ever, which was November 1991. Snow or no, you can see this story and all CCX News stories on our website, ccxmedia.org.
It was a night to remember for those at the state gymnastics meet Saturday. One gymnast from the area stole the show at the Class AA individual competition at the University of Minnesota. And let's start with the biggest moment of the night. Champlin Park's Cheney New hits for a perfect 10 on the vault. The first time in state meet history that's happened. Part of an incredible meet for the sophomore. A lot of the girls do well on the balance beam. Suboni Reglos of Hopkins scores a 9.3625 and finishes in 10th. Maple Grove Nadia Abbott scores a 9.55. She takes third place overall. On floor exercise, Wayzata's Grace Trader scores a 9.55 and finishes 11th. Maple Grove's Sasha Thompson earns a 9.5 score on the floor for 13th place. But the night belongs to New. She wins every event and her third straight all-around title with a score of 39.1 and of course that perfect 10 on the vault.
I was like, it's probably going to be a 9-9 or a 10. When I saw like 3 of the scores, I'm like, please be a 10, please be a 10. And then the fourth 10, so I was super happy. I'm super proud of myself that I got that all-around score. I've been working for a 39 all year, and I got super close at one meet. I got like a 38.925, so I'm just super happy that I finally got a 39.
Section champions will be crowned later this week in boys hockey. In Section 6AA, 2 local squads met up in the semifinals as third-seeded Wayzata faced second-seed Benilde St. Margaret's. Charlie Warner with the pass to Jackson Bisson, whose rebound try finds the back of the Trojans net. It's 1-0 Benilde in the first. Red Knights, though, will get a 5-minute major penalty, and Wayzata takes advantage. Michael North with a one-timer for a goal ties the game at 1. And then just 40 seconds later, Tommy Bergsland's pass springs Luke Monet on the wing. He'll set up Jack Kimlinger for a beautiful backhanded goal. Wayzata in front 2-1 after 1. The Red Knights tie it early in the second with their own power play goal. Blake Messenberg will snipe a shot in the air from the circle. The game is tied at 2. And it stays that way until late in the third period. Jonah Mortensen finds Cooper Gay alone in front of the Wayzata net for the shot and goal. It's the game-winning goal. Benilde eliminates Wayzata with a 3-2 win to move into the Section 6AA final Wednesday against top-seeded Edina.
We just knew we had to step it up. We knew we could not lose this game. I mean, we had a great team. We had a great season. We knew it couldn't end here.
In Section 5AA, Champlin Park faced Maple Grove in the semis. Maple Grove's Ethan Elias Sends it down low. Tyler Kostavecki's wrist shot beats Brendan Boynton for a 1-0 Crimson lead. Champlin Park then wins to draw here. The first shot's blocked, but Tanner Thompson sneaks it in, and the Rebels tie the game up. It's 1-1 through a period. Second period, Justin Janicki's turnaround try is blocked, but Kyle Kukkonen is there to bury it. Start of a huge period for him. On a 3-on-2 rush, Kukkonen carries it toward the right circle and unleashes a great shot, and the Crimson have a 3-1 lead. A nice forecheck by Jack Cargish freezes the puck for the Rebels. Aiden Grant sets up Derek Roberts for the goal, and Champlin Park within a goal at 3-2. But Maple Grove wins this one. Heavy traffic in front. Kukkonen whacks away at it to score his third goal of the period. Maple Grove takes a 4-2 win. They advance to Thursday's final against top-seeded Blaine. For a second straight year, the Breck girls hockey team advanced to the state championship game in Class A and had a rematch against Warroad. Mustangs looking to reverse the loss to the Warriors in a regular season. Carly Bienick slides a shot home for a Breck lead, one game after a period. Second period, Ellie Kleppenger's shot goes off a Warroad defender and in. The Mustangs grab a 2-1 lead. Lola Cornea tested plenty in net. This nice stop, one of 41 saves on the day for the 8th grade goalie. Breck leads 2-1 through 2. And they erupt on the third, Mobley scoring for a 3-1 lead. Breck goes on to win it 6-1 to win the state championship. More news right after this.